Hey everyone, welcome back. I am back today with, I can't believe I'm about to say this, the finale of Kamen Rider Zero One. You guys, saying that I can't wait to see what's going to happen is like the understatement of the year. I am dying to see what's going to happen and how they're going to wrap this up. If you're joining me early today, you already know what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much. And as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, as you may have already noticed, I have, for this occasion, painted my nails Izu style. I don't know if she's coming back. I think we might at least get Jin back. I don't know. They have a lot to wrap up in this one episode. I am very curious, and to my knowledge, I think there was supposed to be a movie and didn't it get postponed or canceled or something because of the filming issues that they had trying to film around the pandemic and everything. I don't know if we're gonna get a wrap-up movie after this. I think this might be it. But I'm sure with, that in mind, hopefully they're not leaving us on a cliffhanger. I don't think they'd do that, especially now if the movie got canceled. But, wow, guys, what do I even say about the last episode? There are actually a few things I want to say. I want to point out that I just happened to be editing the reaction for, I forget which episode, what the number is, but it was the one where Izu died the first time and the satellite there brought her back, and it was around the time they introduced Ikazuchi and Astronaut Brothers and everything. It was that one. And I have to say, as much as it took me by surprise, it was a good twist when we got to Aruto losing Izu this time and him just completely giving into malice. It felt like a good twist, but at the same time, it wasn't out of nowhere because through editing that episode, I found, albeit it was short-lived because I found a way to bring Izu back, he was freaking out. He was losing it. He was not himself anymore. And I think it's really cool. I don't know if they had this in mind all along or if this is something they had to do at the last minute, or I would imagine they at least had kind of the bare bones outline pretty much probably the whole time. But it was really cool to go back and see okay, this is not that far off. And in that battle with Jin, after that, right? That he had the battle with Jin and Jin died the first time. Not so much the way it happened this time, though. This time it felt much more like Aruto actually killed Jin. Not on purpose. He meant to kill Hirobi, but, it felt much more direct. But I think that's kind of a cool way to tie in some of the previous events and themes of the show, that it was always a possibility that he was going to snap if he lost Izu. We saw that before. About the previous episode, love that Yu is back in charge. I love that Guy really came through and pulled some legal strings and got her back in charge of Ames. And that moment where she's confronting the crowd and the girl just attacks her and she just goes up to the girl and you can tell the girl's like, oh no. And she just puts her hand on her. Oh my God. There's some really amazing concepts in here about just groups of people at war with each other. And I really, really have been enjoying the way that they've been exploring that we started off this series with the concept of the humagears can be corrupted to go out of control, and humans are now kind of on the defensive because of that. And now we're seeing what do humans think of humagears, And what's happening now is kind of the reverse of that. Humagears have been trying to listen to Aruto this whole time, that believe in his dream and believe that there are good humans and humans that want them all to be friends and everything. And now they're at a crossroads where they feel like, you know, human malice might be too detrimental to them. And that's why the war's about to break out, because, oh man, I'll just tell you, the way that they have really put Aruto in the position where he is the key to everything now. Like, he was the one who was working alongside Humagears to try and make them believe and trying to convince humans, and like he is like the crux of all of this now. And you know, his next decisions, his next actions are going to determine whether or not a war breaks out. It really puts so much more pressure on, I think, even though the whole series hasn't, I feel like he's always been the one who's come in and tried to make peace between the two of them. Like, we knew that he was the kind of the epicenter of that, but it was never spelled out quite so plainly as it is in this finale, that he is literally the only thing standing between humans and Humagears in terms of a war. Like, both sides, when they give in to malice, it's like that fear and confusion on both sides is what has caused all of the violence against the other. Humans were scared that Humagears were going out of control. What are they going to do about it? You know, like, go on the offensive, or, you know, now Humagears are seeing, oh my God, like, are we might really have to fight humans. Like, why are humans trying to take away our rights and everything? And so anyway, I really thoroughly enjoyed the last episode. Oh, we got a bunch of new forms. We got the new form for Fua, which was great. I just realized after somebody commented that it's actually like a hybrid of the two, of Naki's and of Fua's. And like, I get that now, but like, for some reason I just was, oh, it's just like a new form, but it's literally a combination. I was so glad he got a hold of Japanese Wolf, though. I was hoping he would get a hold of that somehow, considering that it has Wolf in it. Some people pointed out that Aruto used 02 to fight Fua because he didn't want to kill him. Like, deep down, he really, like, we know deep down he has feelings and everything, because he didn't want to hurt them before either. He was just like breaking their drivers. But that was that went right over my head. I'm so glad people pointed that out. We got Arc Scorpion, which, oh my lord, as if Scorpion wasn't beautiful enough, we get Arc Scorpion now, which is so cool looking. I know Aruto literally cannot engage in this battle if he wants to prevent, like, all hell breaking loose. However, as much as I don't want that to happen, I'm so looking forward to this battle, because I think it's going to be the coolest thing ever. Or at least just seeing them kind of stand off against each other. Would really love it, of course, if you know, somebody stepped in at the last minute and they didn't just go all out on each other. But you guys, there's only one way to find out. Are we going to get Jin back? Looks like we might. Are we going to get Izu back? I honestly don't know. Let's jump into the finale of Kamen Rider Zero One. Let's go. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Let's talk. I think that's the most I've cried through a finale in a while. And I cry a lot, guys. So, okay. I loved the resolution between Aruto and Hirobi. Not only did he make Hirobi smile in the end there, he was like crying, but he was kind of smiling, I guess, at the irony that Aruto didn't destroy him, didn't take his life. But that last final moment that he had with Izu, and if he can connect to Satellite there a little bit, if he connected to it enough to see his dad, and she has like become Satellite there, then technically speaking, he may have really like seen Izu in his mind. I don't know like to what degree like technically he is really connecting to Satellite there when we see him go to that place. He might just be going to like a place in his mind. But I like to think that was really, we really saw him seeing Izu, and that was our last time seeing Izu, you know. I think I like that. I like that theory. I am still like a little surprised that they didn't bring her back. But we still do have an Izu that he's going to be working with, and it might never be the same as the Izu we came to know and love, but it will be a Humagear with a heart who has dreams, just like everything we've learned throughout this series, that just like you has said, it doesn't matter if you're human or Humagear, what matters is what's in your heart. And she has a heart too. And I'm sure she'll be a great assistant. I have to say, from a story perspective, I respect that they didn't just bring Izu back. As much as I would have loved to have seen that, there's something about it that I think it would have cheapened her death a little bit to just bring her right back. I love that they emphasize that she can't be replaced. You know, her key is still broken. I don't know, maybe they'll, you know, maybe it'll be a thing where, like, in some of the movies, they learn how to fix her key and they download it into the new Izu or something. I don't know. They still kind of have that option if they want. But I actually kind of respect the nerve that it took to just, like, straight up kill off Izu. And now I see why they said it's not going to be like any other finale, you know. So getting back to the details of the episode. Okay, let's go through how they wrapped up each person. I love that Aruto finally came to his senses. I like that even though they had restored Jin was not the one who talked Hirobi back. It was Aruto. They talked out their feelings and realized what they had done to each other, what they were feeling, why they were feeling it. And while Hirobi could still acknowledge, like, I hate you for what you did, he could see that he had done the same thing to Aruto. He had enough perception and understanding to feel that in his heart, which is the whole point that Jim was trying to make the whole time. Wow, guys, that was beautiful. It was a really well done series. It was a beautiful commentary on what it means to accept people who are different from you, and try and understand, and just honestly what it means to process your emotions in a healthy way, honestly, because I feel like a lot of what they were stressing at the end was that, of course, you're going to feel pain and anguish if you lose someone close to you, but sometimes you have to, you know, what Izu wanted, what Jin wanted for them was to recognize this dream that they had, you know, particularly with Izu. She really wanted Aruto to make Hirobi smile. That was her last wish. And Jin wanted Hirobi to recognize that he had a heart. And, you know, giving into malice, fear, anger, rage despair. You know, I'm just glad that in the end, it didn't stop Aruto from recognizing that his dream and his love for his family, for Izu, for his dad, was bigger than that. And boy, am I happy that they at least brought Jin back. That was great. And now Jin and Hirobi are going to live out their lives together as father and son. I was so happy to see bouncy, cute Jin back because I missed him, and as much as I love that he evolved in the way that he did, it was fun to see him kind of come full circle. Like, he's both now. He's both the self-actualized Jin that we've come to know in the latter half of the series, and he's his father's bouncy baby Jin. I love it. And they're going to keep watch over the arc and make sure that this never happens again. Aruto's back to producing Humagears, and Guy is, he had all his Thouser puppies! I love it! He had his little litter of Thouser babies, baby dogs. But he's realized that, he does have something to be president of, and it doesn't matter, like, where exactly you're working from in the company. You can be a president, if you have that ideal. And, Fuwa, oh my god, Fuwa just taking over as, like, the superhero / vigilante of the city. I just love it. Naki becoming the tech consultant, I guess, for Ames, I thought was great. I'm glad that Ames is going to be working with Humagears now. I feel that that was great for Naki's story as well. Who else did they wrap up? I really thoroughly enjoyed the vice president and I guess he's the director. Like, they had some good stuff to do. Like, not a lot, but like in the episode before this, I loved what they did with them. And we have a new Izu now. Am I forgetting anyone? We saw that Ikazuchi and Subaru are working together again. They're going to have a new satellite. If I forgot anyone, we'll go over in the comments. But hopefully I'm not. They just had so many characters on this series who had an arc, no pun intended, even though they weren't like, you could see them as supporting characters, like, well, I mean, even like Guy and Yua and all that, like they were pretty much like main characters though. But I feel that they did such a good job of having so many different characters who got enough of a spotlight to, kind of show where they are now and what they're going to be doing after this. Oh my god. Can we talk about Azu and what in the world happened with Kamen Rider Eden? What was that? Was that something from, is that like a sneak peek of something from Saber? Or no? I can't tell. Or was it just like something that is that going to segue into like a movie or a special? Because I didn't know if they were having a movie after this. I thought they had to cancel production on the movie that they were going to be doing right after this. I may have just heard that wrong. I also try to stay away from like too much Zero One news, especially like towards the end of the series here because of spoilers. So maybe I just like read that, like skimmed it, read it wrong or something. I'm not sure. But what is up with Kamen Rider Eden? Can we talk about that? Guys, I absolutely loved this series. I agree that it was unlike any other series. that ending, it was a great series, and they nailed it with the ending. I mean, it was dark, it was beautiful, it was well done. They didn't take shortcuts, they didn't take, I mean, I really gotta respect that they did not just bring Izu back. I hate to say it, but I respect it a lot for the story. And we did get Jin back, so that was good. It had its great wacky comedy. Oh my lord, the action in this and the suits, I think, were some of the most beautiful I have ever seen. And I've seen a bit of Kamen Rider at this point, and I gotta say, the effects in this were top notch. Like, you can tell their production budget went way up. But the designs for the suits, I can't think of a suit on the show that I was like, okay, or like, I mean, they were all fan-freaking-tastic. Just beautiful, beautiful looking visuals on this show. The story was amazing. It's such an important lesson to be teaching kids, and honestly, like, all us adults who watch it as well, about accepting people who are different from us and moving past fear, anger, anything that can lead to malice and discrimination. It was a great, great message. So, guys, I'm going to miss this show. I have so thoroughly enjoyed watching it along with you. It still feels weird to me that, like, this is the end. I still feel like I could watch it for, like, another 45 episodes, but, Saber is next. Get ready. Get ready. I cannot wait. I've been trying to stay away from a lot of Saber stuff so I can go in as fresh as possible. So I'll be very excited to jump into that. And I'll actually be watching it currently for once, which will be nice. There will be no catch-up period. So guys, thank you for joining me on this epic journey. I hope we have all realized an awful lot about life and ourselves, and I hope you had a blast watching along with me. I love this series so much. I cannot wait to watch more Kamen Rider, hopefully with you guys all by my side. Please join me. I'm going to have some details about another older Toku series coming soon, and of course, like I said, I will be watching Saber. So, all right, guys. Just thank you again for joining me. Please join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.